The last 2.5 years have been some of the hardest of my life. And while, yes, very challenging, I've grown so much. And this has been a journey, really. And I haven't posted on this page in 2 years for a few reasons. One, when I first started this page, I was trying to make money online. In full honesty, totally candid, that was my goal. I had just quit my corporate career of 16 years to pursue my own dreams. And that was to start an online business that could make income and impact and do something beyond myself, build something that nobody could ever take away from me, and that's what this all started. But I had a bad case of shiny object syndrome, and about every 3 months I pivoted to a new business model. I started with a snowboard affiliate marketing blog because I had heard that affiliate marketing was the best way to make money online. You didn't have to show your face, but that sucked. I hated it so much. It was lonely, it was tedious. I felt like I was just forcing myself in a box with all these other bloggers and competing against people that have been doing this for 10 years and had hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad spend behind them. And so what did I do? I quit and pivoted to YouTube, and that's when I started this. And I started my Cabin Life YouTube channel, which if you're following me, you already know that because that's what this is. And over the last 2 years, I haven't done much with it because after about 3 months of posting, what did I do? Shiny object syndrome, wasn't having the success I wanted here, didn't feel aligned with what I was doing. The work that I had built wasn't sustainable, and I pivoted to a physical product brand where I wanted to make and sell blankets. Unfortunately, the blankets that I wanted to sell were super hard to source. I couldn't put my own designs on them, which is what I ultimately wanted to do. Holding inventory, dealing with shipping and customer returns and small profit margins just felt like a lot, and I wasn't willing to do that. So again, after 3 months and literally telling no one and selling nothing, I pivoted again. And this time I went over to digital products and I took a master resale rights course. If you don't know what that is, it's basically you buy a course and you own the rights to it, meaning you can resell it to somebody else for 100% profit when you're done. And I learned a ton from this, and I actually sold a few to other people to help them get started as well, but I just, again, did not feel aligned with the business. I was selling someone else's product and just didn't feel like it was the impact that I wanted to make. It wasn't what I wanted to do long term. I really have always felt this leadership and this calling inside my heart and this vision inside of my head that I meant for more. And after the blog, after the attempted YouTube here, after the miserable epic give up failure of the blanket brand, and then the master resale rights with a little bit of success but a lot of misalignment, I ran out of money and I had to go back and get another 9-to-5. And this was like such a huge blow because I'd quit a really great job to do all this. I was so sure that I was going to make it work. I gave myself a 6 to 8 month runway, and then I ran out of money and had nothing to show for it except a trail of failed, give up business models behind me. So last year I went back to the job market. I got a job selling outdoor kitchens for a super cool company, and then 6 months later I was offered a way better job that paid 30% more, had to do with my local community and a lot of my passions around sales and business development and partnerships, and I was essentially handpicked by a former coworker to do this. And so I quit the kitchen job, I gave up everything else I was working on, and I went all in on being a sales manager at this new hotel opening in Breckenridge, and I saw myself there long term, thought it was going to be everything I needed. Unfortunately, the leadership there was horrible. I was hired with no job description, onboarded with no training. It was like pulling teeth to try to get any guidance and anything done, really. It was honestly the most horrible, traumatic professional experience of my life. And after I went to HR to talk about the lack of training and just like the whole team was drowning and we needed some help, well, the next thing I knew, I found myself on a performance improvement plan because I had spoken up, and my manager and the HR lady, I guess, were besties, and what I thought was in confidence really got out very fast and ended up turning on me. And even though I had the highest level of sales on the team, I was laid off a few weeks later. During the time of my layoff, I had just gotten in a collision on the mountain and I was suffering full body injury on my left side. My back was super messed up again. I had a concussion and was forced to take time off work. And 2 days after I came back from concussion protocol, they told me that I was laid off because tourism's down and they couldn't afford to keep me. They really blindsided me at the worst time in the worst way. And I honestly feel like it was evil what they did to me. And I have struggled to recover financially, physically, emotionally, professionally, in so many ways. It was just a kick in the teeth. However, right now, I'm trying to see this as a blessing. And for the last almost 4 months since I got laid off, I've been going through appeals with unemployment because I should have gotten unemployment and I did qualify from the hotel. But since I had quit the other job, the kitchen job, a year earlier to take that job, and it was within 18 months of the layoff, Colorado law states that I don't qualify. So after 3 months, I got denied. And then I had a mural scheduled, and at the last minute, they canceled it and pushed it to next year, the day their contract was due with a deposit. And so it's just been kind of one thing after the other, after the other, after the other. And throughout this time, I was trying to rebuild my digital products business, but not with master resale, right? It's building someone else's thing, building my own course, my own community, using my own expertise, and really trying to build something no one could ever take away from me. I called it the Confident Creator. And after 4 months of pouring my heart and my soul and hundreds of hours building out these amazing trainings and these modules and these exercises and worksheets and making content and trying to reach my people and build a community, I realized I was getting nowhere. Showing up, trying to pretend to be this super confident sales leader when I felt like I was at rock bottom, professionally speaking, and the lowest confidence I've ever been in myself. So that brings us here to this week. Today, I have really taken in everything that I've learned out of all of these attempted and failed businesses over the last few years, everything I've learned about SEO and videography and online business and corporate sales and beyond, physical products, all of the things, graphic design, you name it. I have learned so much about so much, and I've decided that I'm going to take the best of all of these things into something new that actually feels right. And the biggest thing that I've learned is that I just need to be brave enough to show up and do it. I need to be okay with being seen. I need to be accepting that people are gonna judge and say mean things, especially people I know. I worry so much about what people might think. When I think about who the people I'm worried about seeing my content and thinking my business is stupid or lame or that I'll fail and never succeed, these are just like random people that I've met a few times over the years and have just made me feel a certain way. And so I'm challenging myself to show up on YouTube again, but this time without all the scripted, curated content that takes me 10 hours to make a 4-minute video. I'm gonna just try to show up here and talk a little bit more about what I'm going through, what I'm learning, what I've been through, what I'm building, and hope that it helps with a few things. 1, I wanna be brave enough to keep going. 2, I want to show up and write my story as the real me. And 3, I want to make a real impact on the world, the wild places, and others that can benefit from my story and my experience and my products. And so I'm relaunching Brecken Wild both as a YouTube and a business. And I'm taking all of my mural art and I'm putting it on the blankets that I wanted to do the last time, using a print-on-demand partner. So I've solved kind of all 3 of the issues that I ran into last time. Didn't have enough art, didn't have a good supplier for the blankets I wanted, and hated inventory and management. So I've solved those. I'm relaunching Brecken Wild. It's a 2-fold collection right now. One side is really about promoting respect for wildlife and nature and the impact that we have on our wild places and spaces. And then the other side is really my art and mountain designs on blankets and towels and apparel and stuff that people can truly wear and use all the time and feel good about supporting my business. I'm gonna show up here like this, maybe around my property in different places, maybe every day, maybe twice a week. I'm not totally sure yet, but I'm gonna do it with no script. I'm not going to do those highly edited things. I don't really care if people are here watching. If you are, thank you. I hope you get some value out of this. I would love to know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see, what you want to learn, how you feel. You know, please be kind. I'm still rebuilding my self-confidence. I'm showing up here after a lifetime of shyness, and it feels really vulnerable to be here. So I can't wait to see where this goes. If you want to check out the Brecken Wild store that I've launched, the link is down below. It's breckenwild.com. Again, I've got two collections, a protect and preserve collection, which is all about leave no trace, respecting nature, giving the wildlife plenty of space, and then on the other side is the mountainscape collection. These are actual murals that I have painted for businesses, private clients, even in my own house here in Breckenridge, that I've transferred the designs onto blankets, towels, apparel, cups, bags, all these things. So they're actual wearable pieces of art, and I'm really excited about it. I feel like finally I'm doing the right thing for the right reasons, the right way. I have gone on this journey and learned so much, and I can't wait to take you forward with me on the next part of it. Thank you for being here, and be wild.